Artichoke Music. Is there anyone here who's here for the first time today? Welcome, and welcome back, everyone. So just to tell you all, what we are at Artichoke is a nonprofit community music organization. And by nonprofit, that means that we rely on community support to keep our doors open so we can keep bringing you these great artists on stage. There's lots of ways that you can support us. So first of all, thank you for being here to spend your afternoon with us. We also have a QR code up front if you'd like to become a patron. We've got the store next door where we do donations. If you got a violin that's collecting dust, you can give it to us and we'll sell it. It'll help keep our doors open. We also do consignment, so if you want to sell a guitar and make a little bit of money, for example, we will pay you 80% when that guitar sells. So we do consignments, and we also do workshops and classes. And our venue is completely run by volunteers. So be sure to thank our volunteers. Let's give them a little round of applause. We got Gary on sound today. Hey. Thank you, Gary. And you'll have to forgive me. I have to. Terry behind the bar. I meet so many people, but we got Terry behind the bar. Let's give it up for Terry. Bring your dollars down for Terry when you grab a drink. And we are so excited to welcome Andrew Calhoun to the stage today from Chicago, I believe. From here. Awesome. All right, well, here we go. We're going to bring Andrew up, and thank you so much for joining us today.
Hi. How is everybody?
Great.
Good. Where blue meets blue. Oh, I should plug this in. You want me to start with the second line or start over? Where blue meets blue, you find the gate the dreams pass through, and there they wait, where it is true that worlds revolve through time and space, that wars resolve, that wars resolve. Where blue meets blue, you find the place where I and you have gone to waste, all drifting woven in the air, a sacrosanct forgotten prayer, forgotten there. And there it waits, long cast aside, of writhing hate and cruel pride. Our prayer returns, unbroken through the open gate, where blue meets blue, where blue meets blue. Thank you. Main gig lately has been playing for my dad, who's on a dementia ward. He's 99. But his memory's gone, but his mind is not. And he loves the songs, so it's a good connection. I haven't been here in Portland in way too long. Lots of caregiving and stuff. But I'm really, really happy to be here. and thanks for coming out. This last 11 years I've spent researching Robert Burns songs. 11 years, and I'm not done. There's basically two things. He was a lousy reviser of his own work, so his early drafts are better than the songs people know, in many cases. And they were either left on his desk or he sent them to friends. And his editors used two theories for publishing. One is final revision, which are generally the worst versions with him. I don't know how you can work on this stuff for 10 years and not notice that, but that is nevertheless the case. And the other one is social text theory, which is the current fashionable thing. The first published text that had an effect on the world, but that's hit or miss. So my theme has become early drafts, and the other thing is that most of the melodies he wrote to were corrupted by his first publisher and never corrected since. So people keep building statues for him and stuff, and his music's never been properly published. His songs are so beautiful, I can't get over it. This is called The Rosebud, and it's when he was first writing songs. His first fame was as a poet, and it really saved him from a horrible fate because he had booked a passage to Jamaica, which is what lads in the West Country did when they had gotten in trouble with the church by getting a young one pregnant. He managed to miss the boat 3 times, and he published this book of poems to raise money for his passage to Jamaica. But it took off. It was like John Prine's first record. It just cut across class and everything else. And it sold out its first pressing in 3 months, and he borrowed a pony and rode to Edinburgh, where he was toasted by the Masonic gentry as Brother Burns, Caledonia's bard. Sold the copyright to his book, got his entire family out of debt, and married the girl. Here's to Robert Burns. But the literati of Edinburgh wanted him to write Augustan English verse, which he was not interested in doing. He was really trying to preserve the Scottish culture, and in fact his book had a glossary of the Scots words, because it was then people wanted to go where the money was and speak English and so on. But he really struck a huge blow for Scottish pride and identity. If you don't have a cultural identity, you don't really have anything to fight for anymore. So I didn't know I was going to jabber about this at the beginning of the show, but we're among friends. So he met James Johnson in Edinburgh. He was there for a season, and he knew that he was like 26, and he's the toast of the country, and he knew it was a passing phase. He just knew this. He's a lot of wisdom. And he met a man named James Johnson, who was going to publish. He was a publisher. He'd discovered this way of printing from pewter, which was cheaper, and he'd been the main publisher of music in Scotland for about 30 years. These are both working class guys, and they hit it off. And Johnson was going to publish 2 volumes of 100 songs each. Burns got involved and became the shadow editor. And eventually this burgeoned to 600 songs, the Scots Musical Museum in 6 volumes. But when he was first starting to write for it, he wrote to melodies that didn't have tunes. He collected folk songs and ballads and revised folk songs. He's kind of like Bob Dylan, you know. Borrowed lines and verses and made something new from them. This is one here. His friend David Siller wrote this melody called The Rosebud. And the Rosebud was the daughter of friends who were hosting him in Edinburgh. She was an only child, and she was a prodigy as a singer and played the harpsichord. So when he was first writing songs, she would sing them back to him to help him scan out the phrasing and everything. So he wrote this as a gift to the family and gave it to her mother before he left. So this was written for Janet Cruikshank and her family, The Rosebud. A rosebud by my early walk, down a corn and closing balk, so gently bent its thorny stalk, all on a dewy morning, ere twice the shades of dawn are fled, in all its crimson glory spread, and drooping rich the dewy head, it scents the early morning. Within the bush her covert nest, a little linnet fondly pressed, the chilly dew sat on her breast, so early in the morning. She soon shall see her tender brood, the pride, the pleasure of the wood, among the fresh green leaves bedewed, awake the early morning. So thou, dear bird, young Jeannie fair, on trembling string or vocal air, shalt sweetly pay the tender care that tends thy early morning. So thou, sweet rosebud young and gay, shalt beauteous blaze upon the day, and bless the parents' evening ray that watched thy early morning. I'm going to do a poem and a song, and they're about two main islands in Maine. The first is called Ragged Island, which is by Edna St. Vincent Millay. It was actually a place she bought with her husband. And then my song is called Moon and Sea at Matinicus. Matinicus Island is the most remote inhabited island. It's 23 miles off of Rockland, Maine. And my grandfather bought a cottage there, not a college, in 1935, which is still in the family, so we get to go out there sometimes. The place is in an older rhythm than the rest of the continent has fallen into. It's good to get out there and slow down. There where those black spruces crowd to the edge of the precipitous cliff above your boat, under the eastern wall of the island, and no wave breaks, as if all had been done and long ago that needed doing, and the cold tide, unimpeded by shoal or shelving ledge, moves up and down instead of in and out. And there is no driftwood there because there is no beach. Clean cliff going down as deep as clear water can reach. No driftwood such as abounds on the roaring shingle to be hefted home for fires in the kitchen stove. Barrels banged ashore about the boiling outer harbor. Lobster buoys on the eelgrass of the sheltered cove. There, thought unbraids itself, and the mind becomes single. There you row with tranquil oars, and the ocean shows no scar from the cutting of your placid keel. Care becomes senseless there, pride and promotion remote. You only look, you scarcely feel. Even adventure with its vital uses is aimless ardor now, and thrift is waste. Oh, to be there under the silent spruces, where the wide, quiet evening darkens without haste, over a sea with death acquainted, yet forever chaste. Moon in full circle, gleaming on high, pulls on the memory of tides that sigh. The name of the moon, name of the deep, the name of the woman who watches you sleep. The shadow and triumph, silent and huge, extends now forever your tiny refuge. One room in a million, one moon in the sky shines on your breathing and the tides that sigh. They pound on the shoreline, then run like the wind. They batter the rocks like fools rushing in. They come like the lion, go like the lamb, to lie with the woman who knows who I am. She's like you, I think, that glittering sea that winks in the morning when it wakens to me. From a night full of shifting, she sighs and shines a path to the gold that no one can find. A pathway of gold, a path to the pearl, a scarf for the lover who knitted the world. From the height of the moon to the depth of the deep, to the breath of the woman who watches you sleep. Moon in full circle, gleaming on high. Here's a bit of a non-denominational gospel here. I walk into the room, it's decked out like a tomb. Strange priests were sitting round, strange people on the ground. God told me I could come, told me I could come. There's nothing I can do that I need to prove to you. You got to move some, you got to move some. I find my way at last, I echo in the past. I shy and drift away, come back again to stay. God told me I could come, told me I could come. There's nothing I can do that I need to prove to you. You got to move some, you got to move some. It's a very special party with Tom and Dick and Marty, where the special people meet with their coke and little feet. God told me I could come, told me I could come. There's nothing I can do that I need to prove to you. You got to move some, you got to move some. Here we come in twos and threes, on our feet and on our knees, saying thanks and pretty please. Past the snipers in the trees with our reading and our math, looking for the flowered path. God told me I could come, told me I could come. There's nothing I can do that I need to prove to you. You got to move some, you got to move some. We come popping happily, we come singing harmony, and we find it in the way, and we lose it in the teeth of the lying thief, and we lose it in the hope of the hangman's rope, and we lose it in the eye of one who says goodbye. We come popping happily, we come singing harmony, and we find it in the way we rise up again today. We find it in the calm that will not obey the bomb, and we find it in the love that death can't shove from the face of one you know. While the rivers overflow and the seagulls burn and the oceans churn, God told me I could come, told me I could come. There's nothing I can do that I need to prove to you. You got to move some, you got to move some. And when the time has come to choose, there'll be no king of the Jews, there'll be no prince of men, only me and us and them. When the season frays and the seas part ways, best to loose your hold on fool's gold. Best to rise from your knees and stand up where the trees. God told me I could come, told me I could come. There's nothing I can do that I need to prove to you. You got to move some, you got to move some. Make a little room. So I go and I sing for my dad, and I sing him songs that I would never be bothering to practice at home, you know. And this is one that I wrote when I was 16. And it was unusual among my songs of the period because it actually had a melody. I had all these like chants written on 3 notes and stuff. So I was singing it for him, and I sang this line, you know, it all comes from the same place deep within my heart. And I was like, I hate that expression. And it's kind of casual, but he's listening. But I sang the verse again, and I just got lucky. I sang here within my heart. And the next line is, fear blends into anger. So you got the here and the fear going, cooking together. And I just kept after the song. I made about 6 little changes, and now it's a new song. Now the war is over, now the fight is done. Pull your bloody clothes off and wait for day to come. Do not wait for friendship, don't trust everyone. I just love to watch you sleeping in the sun. Now I can't remember where this all began. It wore on like a nightmare, like walking through sand. No, I don't remember much of anything, and I know I'm gonna make the same mistake again. Simple-minded colors twisted in a grin, wrestler in a clown suit trying to make a pin. There are lots of mindless puppeteers making your head spin, trying to convince you that your soul is made of tin. Take me to the seashore, take me to the beach. Love me like a zephyr, love me like a leech. I've got nothing to learn and I've got nothing to teach. I love to watch your silhouette dancing out of reach. It all comes from the same place here within my heart. Fear blends into anger and anger into art. Don't tell me that I'm silly, don't tell me that I'm smart. Sketch me in the darkness and watch me fall apart. The war is over, now the fight is done. Pull your bloody clothes off and wait for day to come. Do not wait for friendship, don't trust everyone. I just love to watch you sleeping in the sun. Oh gosh, this is a Woody Guthrie song, and it's a bitch to memorize this one. Still gets the better of me sometimes. Hard Traveling. It's about a migratory worker. In the third verse, he's doing some hard rock mining. In a later verse, he's picked up for vagrancy, which they used to do if you didn't have $10 in your pocket and you were out on the street. And he's in a hard rock jail. So the guy who's mining the hard rock is spending time in the hard rock jail. Having some hard traveling, I thought you knowed. I've been having some hard traveling way down the road. I've been having some hard traveling, hard rambling, hard gambling. I've been having some hard traveling, Lord. I've been riding them fast rattlers, I thought you knowed. I've been riding them flat wheelers way down the road. I've been riding them dead enders, blind passengers kicking up cinders. I've been hitting some hard traveling, Lord. I've been hitting some hard rock mine, and I thought you know. I've been leaning on a pressure drill way down the road. Hammer flying, air hose sucking, 6 foot of mud I sure been a-mucking. I've been hitting some hard traveling, Lord. I've been having some hard harvesting, I thought you knowed. North Dakota to Kansas City, way down the road. Cutting that wheat, stacking that hay, trying to make about $1 a day. I've been hitting some hard traveling load. I've been working that Pittsburgh steel, I thought you knowed. I've been dumping that red hot slag way down the road. I've been blasting, I've been firing, I've been pouring a red hot iron. I've been having some hard traveling load. I've been laying in a hard rock jail, I thought you knowed. I've been laying out 90 days away down the road. Damned old judge said to me, 90 days for vagrancy. I've been hitting some hard traveling load. I've been walking that Lincoln Highway, I thought you know. I've been hitting that 66 way down the road. Heavy load in a worried mind, looking for a woman that's hard to find. I've been hitting some hard traveling load. Excuse me. Here's another song about work. This is a song about temp work. And it's, I wrote this when I moved out here in November of '99, and I was here till January 2005. When I moved out, well, I'd been running my record label for years, and I'd been putting in these 14-hour days and stuff, and I'd gotten in, going through a divorce, I'd gotten in some trouble with credit card companies. Figured if I moved a couple thousand miles away, they'd forget about me, which did not happen. So I was so happy to have time to play the guitar that I was playing 6 hours in a row, and I played myself into tendonitis. It got pretty bad. I couldn't really pick up the guitar for over a year. So I got these temp jobs through Kelly Services, I think it was. And the first job was, they were moving a cookie aisle in one of the Albertsons stores. And there was going to be 2 or 3 less inches in the aisle. So they had reps from 4 different cookie companies turfing for inches. So I was working with the Keebler rep there, and I don't always talk a lot, and people think like I agree with them, and they take a shine to me, and they keep talking. And this man had a passion for cookies, and he's finally confided into me that actually the Mother's English tea cookie was the best cookie on the market. I never said, you know, this stuff is all crap, it's sugar and fat, and I don't eat this stuff. I was a spy. So, yeah, the second day all the reps were there, and the Nabisco rep was he was kind of tall, and he had this mustache and these sexy shoes, and he was just an alpha guy, and he ended up getting his way, and my Keebler rep stalked off in a huff, and the Nabisco rep says, he always plays the victim on these sets. I'm like, it's cookies. Politics is everywhere, you know. Well, that was a day and a half, and then the universe had decided to punish me for my bad behavior toward credit card companies, and I got a 6-week assignment. I was working from 6 a.m. until 2, working for an evil credit card company in Tigard, Oregon. And this company specialized in people like me who had trashed their credit. And I'm opening mail, and we're supposed to be sorting it. We were sorting it alphabetically. And they got, people would either send checks and these pathetic letters begging to have their credit restored because my husband has these issues or whatever. But if you read the fine print, you got $300 worth of credit for a $150 fee at 23% interest. So they got hate mail, and they think they're writing to the president of the company. Somebody said, you should be as embarrassed by the terms of this offer as I am by my credit rating. That was a good one. Somebody printed out a cartoon Dracula and said, sorry, bloodsuckers. Go suck some other person's blood, and while you're at it, pay for the postage. I still have that one. So the woman I wrote this for showed up at the top of week 2. I thought she was about 35. It's quiet as ghosts, 6 a.m. There's a new temp in the mailroom, Amy Lynn. A weary woman of 23. I look at her and she looks at me. I look at her and she looks at me. She moved up from Nevada last year with her 4-year-old daughter and boyfriend to live here. Near his kids and the wife that he left for her. Now he thinks of returning, he's not really sure. He thinks of returning, he's not really sure. And her little girl pines for a mystery father. She's got sister and brothers by 3 other mothers. And Amy's had a cancer, and she's missing fillings. Can't afford a pap smear, can't abide drilling. And she looks so pale, like she's wasting away. I lend her my Walkman to get through the day. She brings Halloween cookies, silly names make us laugh. And she shows me a white tiger tattooed on her calf. Shows me a tiger tattooed on her calf. Well, she likes Scottish pipe tunes and she wants another baby. Before I'm gutted, she says it sedately, as if after all her poor parts have been through, they won't last as long as her tiger tattoo. They won't last as long as that tiger tattoo. Something unspeakable happened to Amy. It was held in a poem she never did show me. A quiet goodbye, my assignment is through. May the angel pass over that tiger tattoo. May the angel pass over your tiger tattoo. I tracked her down a few years ago. She had 2 more kids and she's happily married and healthy. This is an old hymn, and it sort of became a folk song, and it got a last verse added that's quite out of tone with the rest of it. Actually recorded this, and I said credited it to Robert Lowry, which was all I knew at the time. He only put the tune to it in 1895. This was a poem sent to the New York Observer in 1867 or 8. It's written by Pauline T, the initial T. So I've adapted this lyric closer to her intent. How can I keep from singing? My life flows on in endless song above earth's lamentation. I catch the sweet, though far off hymn that hails a new creation. Through all the tumult and the strife, I hear the music ringing. It finds an echo in my soul. How can I keep from singing? What though the tempests loudly sound, I hear the word it liveth. What though the darkness gathers round, songs in the night thou giveth. No storm can shake my inmost calm, while to that refuge clinging, since love's the rule of heaven and earth, how can I keep from singing? I lift my eyes, the storm cloud moves, I see the blue above it, and day by day the pathway smooths, since first I learned to love it. Thy song of peace makes fresh my heart, a fountain ever springing. All things are mine since I am thine. How can I keep from singing? Life flows on in endless song above earth's lamentation. I catch the sweet, though far off hymn that hails a new creation. Through all the tumult and the strife, I hear thy music ringing. It finds an echo in my soul. How can I keep from singing? Thank you. I'll do one more in a little break. Does that sound... Is that the right time? I'm not keeping track of time. Short break. This is called a trumpet. There's a garden of woe you've left untended, where the weeds overflow, and the flowers are bended low. There's a trumpet of pain. Go blow the louder, call down the rain, until no cloud remain, for the gold shines bright. Though the chest is dusty and the key is right, though the locks are rusted tight on the field of dread, our mothers are moaning tales of the dead, and our fathers groaning said, we need the light. A tiny gleaming of your song in the night, like the starlight streaming bright. It's a song of hope, and with hope the power to test the slope again and to raise the flower up. There's a garden of woe you've left untended, where the weeds overflow and the flowers are bended low, and there's a trumpet of pain. Go blow the louder, call down the rain, until no cloud remains. Thank you. I'll be here the whole time, but I'll be back in a few minutes with more second set. I have CDs out there and an email list, and I have a YouTube channel on which I have 180 so far of the Burns songs with their melodies restored, so looking for subscribers. Andrew Calhoun Songs at YouTube. And I'll tell you a story from my trip to Scotland in the second set. No, I don't. All right, I'll get to Rhodes. This is I made a new album of songs a couple years ago. And a lot of the songs were very old but reworked. This is hadn't been put out. This is an elegy for a great, very little known, obscure Chicago songwriting genius named James McCandless. I thought he was the best of us. McCandless. His actual name was James Taylor, but he went with his mother's maiden name. Because people kept asking him about Carly at the time.
I have his double CD set that he sent me.
Yeah.
It's great. It's really great.
Yeah. He got terribly ill. He had what is it called? A kidney. He swelled out to here. He got a kidney transplant. His family didn't usually live past 50, but he made it another 17 years. But he was just in terrible shape. He had diabetes. He had 17 broken bones, and he just kept on. But he was so ready to go, and he actually made 3 brilliant CDs in his last 4 years. Amazing fellow. He has this song about, I was supposed to meet you at the Art Institute and you didn't show up, and it's this brilliant song, why didn't you show up? It turns out he was the one who didn't show up, but he changed the point of view. He had a song, he made an album about the Old West, about gunslingers. It was really interesting. He said he was actually making it about Englewood, like the worst neighborhood in Chicago, but he was using this as a metaphor. Like, why do we celebrate these jerks? But he had a song that was just at the end of that called Platform, and he was on this L platform, and the train wouldn't come, and he kept going back and forth, and I knew he was talking about his illness, So it's about James being liberated from his body here. Heavy log rolled off the track, heavy log. Heavy log rolled off the track, heavy log. Heavy log rolled off the track, heavy enough to break your back. Heavy log, heavy log, lying on the ground, heavy log. Heavy log, lying on the ground, heavy log. Heavy log, lying on the ground, lying waiting for the rains to come. Heavy log, heavy log, heavy log. Heavy log, ready to go, heavy log. Heavy log, ready to go, heavy log. Heavy log, ready to go, wade the water, give with the flow. Heavy log, heavy log, headed to sea, heavy heavy log, heavy log, headed to sea, heavy log, heavy log, headed to sea, roll down the river in a reverie, heavy log, heavy log, heavy log. This one's called Roads in Disrepair. It's a song of mine that people like, and it's good to have one or two of those in your repertoire if you want to be a professional. So. It's a 4-minute song about a year passing, and it's about that not talking to somebody thing that becomes more and more active. This is Rogers Park in Chicago. Spring has come again, and the men are upholding their manhood, and the dogs are going to the dogs. We haven't spoken in a month. The neighborhood is changing a little. Some roads are in disrepair. Spring has come again. Marcia goes on saying she can't go on. Tyler's tending bar. Hugh and Cindy are getting a divorce and another car. We haven't spoken in 7 weeks. We haven't gotten that little dinner thing going. Summer's coming in. Tulips gone already. Hey, pretty Betty, kiss me like you done before. Pick that bean, bang that door with a broken screen. Bang that door with a broken screen. Summer's hot and summer's humming. Look out now, your new friend's coming. Tan and sandy, man and woman. It's time to break and make amends and make it while the summer ends. Autumn is a friendly time. Sweaters, almonds, apple wine, old people praying in the park, children playing after dark, teacher going back to work. Some roads are in disrepair. First snow is something new to the baby Donald who sits in a stroller warm and young while mommy smiles and points and talks. See the snowflake on my tongue, weary days and winter walks. Winter brings the solemn fear, merciless, glorious and real. I lost my job on the subway line, finished up the apple wine. We haven't talked in a half a year. Winter sets the blade in me. I cannot fight its currency. I caught myself the Russian flu, lost myself a day or two, caught myself still loving you. Spring is coming soon, first buds popping in the trees, green shoots poking through dead leaves. Damnation and the smell of ham come find me. I'm where I am, come find me. And when I called her, she was home. Said she was fine, but not alone. And I said, I'm glad for you. I was proud and lonesome too, and spring has come again. And the men are upholding their manhood, and the dogs are going to the dogs. We haven't spoken in a month. The neighborhood is changing a little. Some roads are in disrepair. This one is a spiritual. It was collected in a church, black church in New Orleans around 1930. It's called City of Babylon. You're invited to sing. So I sing goodbye and you'd answer goodbye, City of Babylon, goodbye, City of Babylon. And then we'd all sing, Your Kingdom Must Come Down. Sing it loud. Goodbye, goodbye, City of Babylon, goodbye. City of Babylon, goodbye. City of Babylon, your kingdom must come down. Your kingdom must come down. Goodbye, City of Babylon, goodbye. City of Babylon, goodbye. City of Babylon, your kingdom must come down. A pure white cloud come a-floating over yonder. In it, behold, I saw the Son of Man. A golden crown on his brows was abounding. A sharp, bright sickle was in his hand. Goodbye, City of Babylon, goodbye. City of Babylon, goodbye. City of Babylon, your kingdom must come down. Your kingdom must come down. An angel flew in the middle of the heaven, preaching the glory of my Father's name. He called out loud to the whole creation, Babylon's a fallen in sin and a shame. Goodbye, City of Babylon, goodbye. City of Babylon, goodbye. City of Babylon, your kingdom must come down. The angels shout like a voice of thunder. Out of a cloud I heard him call. What did I witness over yonder? Fire and smoke on Babylon's wall. Goodbye, City of Babylon, goodbye. City of Babylon, goodbye. City of Babylon, your kingdom must come down. One of these cold and frosty mornings, when I lay this body down, gonna pick up my cross and follow my Jesus, singing around my Father's throne. Goodbye, City of Babylon, goodbye. City of Babylon, goodbye. City of Babylon, your kingdom must come down. Your kingdom must come down. Your kingdom must come down. Did you know Reverend Blair Hull, Nan? Yeah. I put her name in this next one because it was too short anyway. Yeah. Reverend Blair Hull went from being a folk singer into the ministry. What a beautiful preacher she is. Wow. Anyway, here's a couple of rare ones. Well, that one was rare too. He's a really, everyone does the same 12 spirituals, you know. Wade in the water, here it is again. Here's my tribute to the Negro spirit. There are 6,000 spirituals in the Library of Congress. Look it up. Crack a book, folk singers, come on. So, this one was an interesting assignment. For some reason, you could get a week of work in Coffeyville, Kansas. Tom's done it. Many times. You go and you're playing in the high school classes and an assembly, and it's pretty unbearable for me. I didn't like being in high school, and I know they didn't want to be there. I didn't like it. I didn't like compulsory education. I realize public school is good, but I don't know. They wouldn't need to make it compulsory if they made it more fun. So, I went in the library there. There's nothing to do in Coffeyville. No, not a good cup of coffee. You can get some wilted lettuce. But in the library was a book called My Spirituals by Eva Jesse, printed in 1926. I'd never heard of it. I think she lived in Coffeyville. And this, I just copied this down in pencil. March Down to Jordan, one of those melodies that just feels like it came straight from Africa. And the second one I'm going to do is called Brother Andrew, and it's in a book called Folk Songs of the Bahamas from 1895. I wondered for a while when I started researching this music, the religion is the same. It's Bahamas to Mississippi to wherever. Finally, the light bulb went on. This is West African religion with a Christian vocabulary. They were very high practitioners of religious ritual. I'm gonna march down, march down. Yes, I'm gonna march down to Jordan. Hallelujah. Oh, hey, good morning. Where you going? I'd say I'm going down to the river Jordan and wash my sins away. I'm gonna march down, march down. Yes, I'm gonna march down to Jordan. Hallelujah. Brother Andrew, where you been when the dry weather come? Been on the rocks, is waiting for rain. Brother Andrew, where you been when the dry weather come? Been on the rocks, is waiting for rain. Upon the rock, upon the rock, upon the rock, let the water run out. Upon the rock, upon the rock, upon the rock of ages. Sister Blair, where you been when the dry weather come? Been on the rocks, is waiting for rain. Sister Blair, where you been when the dry weather come? Been on the rocks, is waiting for rain. Up on the rock, up on the rock, up on the rock, let the water run out. Upon the rock, upon the rock, upon the rock of ages. This is a song, it's Northumbrian. They have a pretty thick accent, called Sair Feiled Hinny. I translated that to Hard-Worn Buddy. This is let's see if I can sing it here. No. The tune is very old. The tune is called When I Was Young and Lusty. It goes back to at least 1620. It's in manuscripts and stuff. Hard-worn buddy, hard-worn now, hard-worn buddy, since I saw you. I was young and lusty, I was fair and clear, I was young and lusty many a long year. Hard-worn buddy, hard-worn now, hard-worn buddy, since I saw you. When I was young and lusty, I could leap a wall. Now I'm old and stiff, I can hardly step a rule. Hard-worn buddy, hard-worn now, hard-worn buddy, since I saw you. When I was 25, I was brave and bold. Now at 65, I'm both stiff and cold. Hard-worn buddy, hard-worn now, hard-worn buddy, since I saw you. Thus said the old man to the oak tree, hard-worn am I since I saw thee. Hard-worn buddy, hard-worn now, hard-worn buddy, since I saw you. Just amazing. He's talking to a tree. This is my statement of purpose here. I'm a folk singer, through and through. A folk singer with a job to do. And since I'm on the job too long, I'll sing to you a song of song. Such wild tales the women sang, while wool spun fine and buckets rang. Though men don't heed, though love grows cold, they spun the sorrows into gold. Those captured souls oppressed in place escaped into the Lord's embrace. In midnight light they sang and swayed the troubles of the world away. Sang Mrs. Tubman, get on board, we're rolling out to Canaan's shore. Come, children, if you would be free, but leave their fields and follow me. Paul all joined the throng that jammed the pier, scanned lowland hills and shed a tear, with a cradle song to quell the fear. With steadied heart he headed here. My mother sang the riddle song, and if your horse and cart fall down, with swing low, sweet chariot now, we sang her from her mortal round. Hello and there, sang young John Prine. Hello and there, sang old John Prine. The best laid schemes may drive you blind, but never leave the dream behind. A false true love will wax and wane, a song of love intact remain. Sing it till the fountain flows, where from the briar springs the rose. Well, I was in Scotland in late April, early May, and I really hadn't gotten on a plane in many years. And I got to a point in my research where I had to go. There's a particular document in the Library of Scotland, which they have microfilm of and PDF copies. But because they don't own it, because it's owned by Lord Rosebery, they wouldn't scan it for me. That was a good excuse. It's not really why I went. I was looking for a singer, a young singer to feed these Burns songs to, because they could make a career of them. I did find a singer to partner with on a project. I didn't realize that till after I got home. Anyway, I got to Dumfries near the end of the trip, and I went to the Burns house. And there's a little museum there. He lived there for the last 3 years of his life, wrote A Red, Red Rose and A Man's a Man for All That and so on. I didn't even look around the house for 4 hours. I was talking to the guy at the desk who knew a lot about Burns, and we just kept talking. And there's a Burns song that has actually become famous in Celtic music circles. It was revived by the greatest Scots singer of the last generation, Dick Gaughan, revived it. Westland Winds, and he just sings, it's heart-stopping. But it's not the tune Burns wrote it to, and editors have never provided singers with the tune Burns wrote it to. It was finally printed by James Kinsley, but he didn't put the words under the notes, and it was really hard to figure out the phrasing. So it's a song that Burns wrote when he was 16. 1776 he wrote the song. And he was born in 1759, actually. He'd been sent off to study mensuration and surveying by his father for 3 weeks in Kirkoswald, so he was away from home, probably for the first time. And he said he was doing fine with his sines and cosines until he was distracted by this angel named Peggy Thompson. And he wrote this for her, has her name in it. And it was published 10 years later, but it was clearly revised. And there is an early stanza in his commonplace book from 1985, a year before he published it in his poems, and that has just the first stanza of the old song, and there he called it Hairst, or Harvest, which is probably a better title than Song Composed in August or Westland Winds. Hairst. Anyway, I had long wondered if he might have given Peggy Thompson a copy of the early draft, and it might have been handed down in her family. And I was hoping to speak with meet with the general editor of the Burns series, but it didn't work out because he's recovering from an operation and stuff. So I'm in there talking to this man for 4 hours, and there's not too many people through, but this couple came in, And he asked her some question, and she said, "I'm the great, 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 whatever, granddaughter of Burns's first girlfriend, Peggy Thompson." I said, "I always wondered if that might have been passed down in your family, the early draft." She said, "I'll ask." She said, "I had the story from my great aunt who was trustworthy." And so I said, "Well, you know, it's never been published with a tune," and I sang her the song to the original tune with the older first verse. It was amazing. Now breezy winds and slaughtering guns bring autumn's pleasant weather, and the moorcock springs on whirring wings among the bloomin' heather. Now waving crops with yellow tops delight the weary farmer, and the moon shines bright when I rove at night to muse upon my charmer. The partridge loves the fruitful fells, and the plover loves the mountains. The woodcock haunts the lonely dells, the soaring heron the fountains. Through lofty groves the cushat roves, the path of man to shun it. The hazel bush o'erhangs the thrush, the spread in thorn the linnet. Thus every kind their pleasure find, the savage and the tender. Some social join and leagues combine, some solitary wander. Avaunt away the cruel sway, tyrannic man's dominion, the sportsman's joy, the murdering cry, the fluttering gory pinion. But Peggy dear, the evening's clear, thick flies the skimming swallow. The sky is blue, the fields in view, all fading green and yellow. Then let us stray our gladsome way and view the charms of nature, the rustling corn, the fruited thorn, and every happy creature. We'll gently walk and sweetly talk till the silent moon shine clearly. I'll grasp thy waist and fondly pressed swear how I love thee dearly. Not vernal showers to bud flowers, not autumn to the farmer, so dear can't be as thou to me, my fair, my lovely charmer. The Concerts are here, Dick and Nan, and their son Steve, and Dick and Nan financed my first recording many, many years ago. Water Street, it was called. I did. I sort of wish I hadn't, you know, it wasn't the same as memory. But actually, when I went back, it was cool again. You know how it is? You're sort of shocked. There's one, they're everywhere. I didn't know that when I wrote this. This Water Street is in Middlebury, Vermont. My mother spent 5 summers there at summer school getting an MA in French and speaking French on campus, which was, she would take us there for that incredible sherbet there at the cafeteria. And she'd take us up this mountain to see what she called the shadows, and the sun would go down in these quilted fields. And my mother had a love of beauty. She's a very difficult person, but she gave us a lot of poetry and art. Anyway, Water Street ran off the edge of the town, and I intended to explore it. It just looked enchanted. It just led into these beautiful fields. But it not being on the way to anything, I never got around to it. 4 or 5 summers. Kind of like a metaphor going on there. So I have dropped 2 unnecessary verses from this and put some musical variety to it. And it's actually on my latest record. Someday I will walk down Water Street, far among the noble fields. Someday I will walk down Water Street, far among the noble fields. It's a pleasant street to walk by, starts at the edge of town. It's a pleasant street to walk by, the kind of street I don't walk down. Someday I will walk down Water Street, far among the noble fields. Someday I will walk down Water Street, far among the noble fields. Whiskey dogs my father's footstep, hot guilt blinds my mother's eye. I am weak and I am lonely, I have only one long try. Someday I will walk down Water Street, far among the noble fields. Someday I will walk down Water Street, far among the noble fields. One light shines to the edge of Water Street, each remembered, none forgot. We are called from the end of Water Street, gather here and suffer not. Someday I will walk down Water Street, far among the noble fields. Someday I will walk down Water Street, far among the noble fields, far among the noble fields. How am I doing for time here? What time is it? Oh, good. Oh, a couple more. Right? Scyther. I wrote this when I was living here. I was living just north of Grant Park at the high school. Took a walk out there, and I just had this image of circles. I wrote this out of the image of circles. It's called The Scyther, which I thought was a common reference. But these kids these days don't know what a scythe is. So I have to explain it to them. It's that thing the Grim Reaper has, you know, it's for cutting a lot of grass. You know, they have like leaf blowers now. They don't know that, you know, when we were kids, our mothers would send us out to blow the grass off the sidewalk. Like, I don't think there's ever been anything as unnecessary and obnoxious as leaf blowers. It's so loud. Get a broom and do that. It's okay. Hear the sound of grass cut down from 7 foot and higher. And here's the plier of his father's trade, the swoop and swoosh of the cutting blade. And through the fields the scyther, he rose and bent as on he went to swing the circle wider. He turned a prairie to a field, he made the stubborn tangle yield. Instead he rose the scyther, as if to stay eternal day, to bend and rise forever. He only paused for midday meal to draw the stone to whet the steel. Then through the fields the scyther, day grew long, come even song. Slowly rose the tiger. A rusted scythe stands silently for stone and time and victory. And through the fields the scyther, song of mine. Teach my poor body to hold you. Teach my faltering fingers to feel you. Teach me to love you, and I love you more than you have been loved before. I will comb your hair, wash your feet. I will hold to the place where our destinies meet, by the side of the river with a bee in my shoe. I'll wait for you, I'll wait for you day in and night out, though I suffer within and I suffer without. I was not born for you, you were not born for me. We were born for ourselves and are both of us free to see everything that the waterbug sees, to follow our passion anywhere that we please, day in and night out, though we suffer within and we suffer without. If I were in heaven and you were in hell, I know very well, to eat my pride, I'd stand by your side, I'd burn by your side, day in and night out, where we suffer within and we suffer without. Teach my poor body to hold you, teach my faltering fingers to feel you, teach me to love you when I love you more than you have been loved before. It's a Dave Carter song. I sang this for my dad about a year ago, and he said, "That's beautiful, sing that again." I had to sing it 4 times. Now I always sing it, usually the last song. Hey, my love has gone all upon the crimson trail, is drawn the dawn, beating brimstone through the veil, clear light through smoke and ash, and balmy seas where breakers crash and roll. Gentle soldier of my soul, hey, hey, you know the song, come on. Hey, he lays me down in his garden growing bed. He weaves a crown, twigs and feathers for my head. He sings the fields awake and folds me in the love that makes me whole. Gentle soldier of my soul, hey, 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 when I've passed through the forest of my trials and stand at last where the shadows run for miles, we'll ride on ponies fine with painted shields through fields of shine and gold. Gentle soldier of my soul, hey, 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 Thank you for listening. What a pleasure to sing for you today. Doing a house show Sunday up in Vancouver, Washington, which I can tell you about. A fellow named Stuart Campbell wrote, "We have to bring you out here." Okay, I'll come. Turned out he's the brother of a guy I know pretty well. I had no idea. Colin. I thought Chuck was Colin for a minute. It's never good to talk to me before shows. I'm half in the other world. It's a sing-along to Who will throw open the gates of love? Who will throw open the gates of love? Hidden in shadow below and above. Who will throw open the gates of love? People get low and get drunk and get used to it. People get lost and go numb and get used to it. People see love and they quake and they cry for a soul to come nigh, and they never get used to it. Who will throw open the gates of love? Who will throw open the gates of love? Hidden in shadow below and above. Who will throw open the gates of love? My wife and I will watch our weight. Still we keep stumbling on a hill of hatred, with better times coming and better times gone. Hurry up, wait for me, come along, carry on. Who will throw open the gates of love? Who will throw open the gates of love? Hidden in shadow below and above. Who will throw open the gates of love? I have a friend in Oconomowoc. He understands me, so we never talk. We stand around awkward, our minds shake hands. In accord on the floor of the forest we walk. Who will throw open the gates of love? Who will throw open the gates of love? Hidden in shadow below and above. Who will throw open the gates of love? While ignorant circles our world at war, trying to tell us what we are for. Cloakrooms and boardrooms and armies and money rob father and mother and baby born. Who will throw open the gates of love? Who will throw open the gates of love? Hidden in shadow below and above. Who will throw open the gates of love? Who will throw open the gates of love? Be well. Thank you so much. Thank you. I can show you all a picture of Peggy Thompson's descendant, if you'd like. Not only that.